This isn't Good Morning IWC. It's a brand new day. Good Evening IWC is about to start.
Yeah. Good evening, IWC. Here we back again. Another night, another headline breaking in. Who's talking loud? Who just crossed the line? We break it down live, every rumor, every side. Good evening, IWC. Let's run it. Hot takes headline. Here we run it. Turn the volume up, let the whole world see. Real talk wrestling straight from the IWC. Lights low, check low, yeah, the crowd tuned in. From the indie grind all the way to the main event. Predictions, reactions, yeah, we go astray. If you disagree, jump in, let's debate. Good IWC, let's run it. Hot takes headline, here we run it. Turn the volume up, let the whole world see. Real talk wrestling straight from the IWC.
That was all me because I kept pushing a bunch of
Did we
buttons.
break it already?
Yeah, I did. I kept pushing a bunch of buttons, and it was like, oh man, it was just messing with it. I forgot. I got to put it back in order. It got all scrambled up. Either way, it was good. That's Chris Branson from the
That's
Cheap
Ed, by the
Seats.
way.
You know, everybody knows who Sped is. Sped is wearing red because it's Atlanta Braves season. It's Braves country. We wear red
you know.
on Sundays, even though we
Reminded
lost.
people, hell froze over a little bit.
Hell did
you know,
froze over when he came back too.
when
He came back. But listen, we got a great show. Lit Mob, I hope you're doing great. I hope that guy's okay, whatever happened to him. You know, I hope work goes well for you now. And if you're watching, say hi in the chat because everybody misses you, my man. And next week, we will be revealing some new stuff. But this week, we got from the Cheap Seats, Chris Brenton over here. I'm Sped. We're going to get you guys started with one hell of a show. And we're going to start it off with the ratings of SmackDown from last week. You know, Friday. These numbers come from our boy Stampede, the insider of our production company, Spedrock Productions. And look, for what he said on his X was 7 times over the last 52 weeks, SmackDown received a rating under 4, which is equivalent to 13.5% of the time. You see the numbers from episode 1351, 1353 on up. It hasn't been good, okay? And then Cage, which I went on there, and I put this on here. Wrestle Features put this up on the 28th today on Cage Matches 2.2 or something like that. But they said it was a 1.67 at the time at the 28th, all right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and we got our first 10 minutes. Well, this is now 8 minutes because I've already done 2-minute promo of it. So we can't blame Road Dogg no more, right?
Nope. Not exactly.
Who's the blame here? All right, for ratings to go down like this.
So it's the fact that booking consistency has lacked. That, you know, granted injuries have happened here lately, but you know, you can't always blame the injuries. And like we're going to talk about it later, you know, yes, some rosters are plug and play. WWE has the problem of not being so plug and play. They're more fatal funnel in allowing certain tiers of their wrestlers to go the next step up. You know, Carmelo Hayes, perfect example. Carmelo Hayes should be a main eventer, but he's stuck with the U.S. title or in a in the picture with the U.S. Championship.
Yeah, well, no. That whole him messing this right here. I know what you mean. I'm trying to fix this. I don't know why the screen got small over here, but whatever. I know what you mean on that. But the fact of the matter is that match really killed the momentum that SmackDown had with
It
that
did.
United States Championship. Think about it in this perspective. You had a champion that we could finally get behind in Carmelo, okay? And WrestleMania is only a few weeks away. Why waste a title shot? You already did and heard the backlash from everyone with the WWE Championship. So you copied and paste that formula right there.
Yeah.
And then there's video footage of you copy and pasting 3 other finals for 3 different matches, okay? So why do that when you could have had a fatal 4-way potentially? Ilya versus Carmelo versus Trick versus Sammy. That could have been one of your triple threats, night 1 or night 2. All right. Instead, now you're gonna have Trick versus Sammy at WrestleMania for the United States Championship because you want to throw it in there and hand it over.
Well, I mean, there are people online going, "Oh, hey, Carmelo's going on his honeymoon, so we can't have the championship on there." You had a very easy shot of doing what they did with the Intercontinental Championship last year.
Yep.
Is having 4 of your best mid-card wrestlers and people you want to go, yeah, they need to be in the main event. But hey, instead of that, we're just gonna ride Trick Williams. Sami Zayn's a good hand. We'll let him have a transitional run.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real fast. Well, you just put it out there that last year's Fatal 4-Way, Dominic Mysterio won that match, right? He came out of nowhere and won that. That put him into stardom. That's propelling him. Why can't we do that again? If you're going to copy and paste what's good.
Let's remember what you just said, okay? The Intercontinental Championship had Penta, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, since getting the Intercontinental title, became the AAA Mega Champion. Finn Balor is getting world title shots. Braun Breaker has had a world title shot. Penta is the first Mexican-born Intercontinental Champion in the history of the company.
Oh, no, I thought
now
Eddie had the title.
He was born in El Paso.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're
Mexican
right.
He was first Mexican American.
Yeah, you're right.
He was first Mexican American. But the thing about it is, or was it? No, I think it was Tito that was first. Stampede could correct me.
Yeah, Stampede.
But the point being is, you had 4 main eventers who have all shared the main event of a Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
In the last 6-8 months. Why can't you find your 4 on SmackDown? You have them.
Look,
like you just said.
You could have put Royce Keys in this.
Plug and play. You've got the pieces.
You do.
Do what AEW goes, okay, we lost this guy, next man up.
Yeah,
next guy to the John Palace family.
They're like, it has to be a story. Look, AEW plays the whole, and we were talking about this off screen. AEW has been on the rise with their ratings, all right? And people are liking it because, look, yes, my wife doesn't like the whole blood and gut scene. My wife doesn't like that, the needle going in the mouth thing. Okay, I tell her all the time, turn your head, don't watch this. Like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
If it's a death match, you want it to be the ugliest, bloodiest, toughest thing you see on TV.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the syringe in the mouth, but I'm not the one taking the bump.
No. But I just don't do syringes whatsoever. Anything needle.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm good. It had me pulling Ricky Bobby out there going, dear Lord, baby Jesus, please never let that happen to me.
But with SmackDown and Raw, their biggest problem is they aren't allowing their wrestling to write the story.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you can have your little backstage drama, promo drama, but the wrestling should be writing the rest of the story.
Yep.
That's what AEW is managing to succeed on right now.
Yes.
Is letting the wrestling pen.
Well, Jelly Roll had 3 backstage segments and 2 in-ring segments, if I was right, on
Yeah.
Friday Night SmackDown. What the hell is that?
Jelly
Yeah.
is grossly overused. I mean,
And
don't
then-
get me wrong.
And then
Jelly's good.
Monday
Go
Night
ahead.
Raw had 3 matches.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You could easily make Monday Night Raw a full 3-hour show during WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
And you could have done more with the segment at the end of Raw with Roman and Punk.
Yeah.
You now, mind you, they take care of Raw better than they take care of SmackDown. That's another reason I think it's a little bit of WWE and TKO seeing the Netflix property being worth it, but the USA, Versant, Comcast,
Yeah. NBC Studios, Universal, whatever it is.
I mean,
They're not worth it
eventually-
no more. They're not.
eventually
Comcast isn't.
Eventually, when SmackDown's done with this 5-year contract, they'll probably move to Netflix as well. Same thing with not TNA, with NXT. You know, and their partnership with the TNA still exists. They'll be able to benefit from the Netflix rub.
Yep.
And I think what Tony just did with AEW Plus. Now I think it should be both stateside and international.
Yeah.
But if you can build yourself a strong enough international market behind that platform, that over-the-top platform, then it eventually will matriculate, or whatever the word is, over here.
Yeah.
To where it'll be like New Japan World or the now soon-to-be shut down WWE Network.
Well,
in
yeah.
the rest of the world.
R.I.P. to the WWE Network. That was the greatest thing in the world. Man, and we got 5 seconds left. And look, thank you for everybody who's tuning in so far. This is this is Chris from the Cheap Seats. He is filling in for Mob Miz. Mob Miz, he has to fill in for a guy who sliced his finger off. New kid. I don't know who gave New Chef a knife. All right, that motherfucker's supposed to clean.
He's
dishes.
on assignment tonight.
He's on assignment. He's on workman's comp now. Yeah.
It's not a matter of Mob being on assignment. He at least understands the assignment. I guess this kid didn't.
He didn't. But hey, look, we're gonna hear from the Alexander in this update real fast.
Knee injury is pretty severe, so I will not be cleared to compete, and there's no timetable set right now for when I will be back.
So yeah, there's no timetable set for when anyone's coming back. We heard on a Fightful report that Kyle Fletcher was seen in a walking boot, and you just heard Josh Alexander say that he won't be back for a hot minute for being injured. Toni Storm, we don't know. She may be injured. She may not be injured. She may just be taking time off, but she's on this list as well because she's on the list of injuries on a lot of people's forums. All right, and then the big one that we saw. But first, let's get to these 3 real fast. Let's talk about this. Kyle Fletcher being in a walking boot after having a memorable match on Collision this past Friday, right? Or Saturday. It was beautiful. Every day's blending in together. Now, I gotta take that off. It's bugging me. Now, we're sitting here, we're talking about the run that this kid could go on and everything, the prototype, and the prototype's hurt. You know?
Yeah.
Do you,
Protostar, yeah.
Protostar, my bad, Protostar.
Yeah.
Prototype. Do you think 2026 is an injury-prone year?
Well, you look at all the companies right now. Yeah, you've had issues with the Lander.
Yeah.
She had a neck injury, tried to come back, had to quit to be able to earn a paycheck again instead of being a valet and not being luckily with Josh Alexander and with Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher's AEW's ace.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, they have a baseball lineup worth of aces in their auspices. But you're losing Josh Alexander for an extended period of time. You're losing the Protostar for at least probably about 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, he'll still be around to talk. But, and then, you know, head injuries with Steve Macklin. Thankfully, it wasn't concussive. It was just hey, I got my belt cleaned. And shout out, we were talking offline about Alice Lane, this young lady right here, getting a shout out, and this is after what happened with OVW recently.
Yeah.
You know, a referee. A lot of it is it's those individuals, it's those unsung men and women that sit there and they are put themselves at risk taking bumps. Let alone they're the ones that have to be like, oh, yeah, this is a legit injury. This is a legit injury bump. And they have to be spot on because that could have been much worse with Macklin and Santana as that match could have gone on.
Well, yeah, no, you saw Santana. He was all confused there for a second, and she stepped in like, nope, get out here. We done.
Mm-hmm.
This is done. Yeah, and I commend her 100%.
And the same thing with Eddie Edwards.
Yes.
Eddie Edwards being able to be spot on with getting out there.
He got out there quick, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He got out there. It's like they did not want another OVW situation happening.
Exactly.
And listen, OVW corrected the wrong. They have a lot, but they should. The wrestlers should have known. The human side should have came in. You know, like OVW does employ veterans. We all know that. You guys should have known as well. Backstage, like something's not right, gotta get out there. You know, and that's part of your duty still, no matter what. And you know that for a fact. If I see someone hurting on the side, I gotta help them out. That's part of our duties.
The upside is WWE and AEW, they have medical teams.
Not these guys.
TNA is trying to build themselves one. OVW is now having to play reactive instead of proactive in regards to their talent being injured, and that includes referees, announcers, whatever you want to call it. Because honestly, it shouldn't have to fall to her. And I'm not blaming Mike Santana. I'm not blaming any talent that something goes wrong and it's unintentional. Because 99.9, and I'm going to say 8% of injuries that happen are just sheer happenstance in the moment. They're not intended. Somebody's not trying to take liberties with somebody's noggin and scramble the eggs up there, but it happens, you know. Yeah. And good on her for being able to keep those two men safe.
Oh yeah, no, and I commend her 100%. But well, I'm gonna go back one slide real quick, and I want to talk about this real quick. AEW lost 2 Don Callis family members, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Stampede. Did you see that? TNA needs to sign El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. to the medical staff.
Oh, that's a loaded statement from SmackDown ago.
Yeah, right. But they lost 2 members of the Don Callis family. Okay, potentially 2 members. They definitely lost 1. And last night on Point Taken, folks, Point Taken, every Saturday, 3:00 p.m. right here on Twitch. Stampede, our encyclopedia, our insider, here on Spedrock Productions, he had. I'm gonna start recording their y'all stuff and put it on here so I can play it back. But and that's what this show. That's what Spedrock's all about. We're a network, folks. That's what we're gonna be doing from now on. We're gonna be doing things differently. But he said, MLP, right, has an interim. And I watched the show. They have an interim champion until Alexander comes back. All right.
Yeah, I think it's Stu Grayson.
Yes, and I think it's a beautiful nod to his product, what he does, his craft. I think it's a nod from. Look, Scott is one of my favorite promoters out there, and one day I would love to get to shake his hand and tell him thank you for my childhood at TNA. All right, because that dude helped me out. But look, you're right. We were talking backstage. If she is pregnant, congratulations. Okay, but if not, get well soon. All right,
because, and not only that, it's none of our business what she's going through.
Exactly. But this one right here, we got 50 seconds left. I do think 2026 is injury prone. It's only March, and there's been a lot of injuries going on. Yeah. But right here is the spotlight. Mustafa Ali. pulling out the spotlight, showing love to the referee, and she deserves all the praise. Carlos Silva giving MVP
The All-Star, yeah.
the All-Star honors to her. It was beautiful. It was one of those things that makes you go, all right, more referees are going to be doing this more often. I can't wait to see that. All right, and he is not wrong about that. Great 2 nights of wrestling from MLB.
Oh, I agree.
Major League, and then they got they got their TSN deal, and I would talk about that more, but we got 10 seconds, and that look.
Think about this. You got 2 nights of 2 of the best women's wrestlers in the world, in Giselle Shaw and Deanna Purrazzo.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, I can live with 1, but I got 2.
I got 2. That's all you. Yeah. Oh man, this one's gonna be cool. And this one's going to be one of the Stampede's favorites, but we're going to talk about this for about 3 minutes, all right? Will Ospreay's going home to New Japan Pro Wrestling to team up with his people. It's the Great Okan and Haner versus Yoya Yumamura, Tahishi, and El Desperado. I hope I said their names right. Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, I hope I did.
El Desperado.
I know. But El Desperado. That was easy. My wife became a big fan of him. We're gonna get his mask one of these days. But,
no disrespect to Zach Gibson.
Yeah. Well,
it's the grizzled old young vets.
Let me ask you this though, real fast. Is this to show that he still has it, or is this just nostalgia for?
I honestly, if they book it right, all it is a tune-up match, and it's not an insult to the 3 he's facing.
No.
It's the fact that, hey, we know if Kenny isn't working, he's second in line to being the best bout machine in AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor. If he decides to go wherever Will Ospreay goes, you're guaranteed, even if he's injured, you're still going to get at least a 4.5-star match out of 5.
3.5 easy, even if he's injured.
I mean, that's the bar to sit right there.
Yeah, 3.5 easy. No, we got 1:30 on this, and that's just how fast these 3-minute ones go. That's what I love about that.
But I like the fact that they're resurrecting United Empire.
Hey, listen, I got a UE T-shirt as well, and I'm not wearing it right now, but I do. Listen, if you like New Japan Pro Wrestling, and since we're talking about New Japan, and you want to get a bunch of shirts, buy their lucky bag. All right, $60 United States dollars. I got it. I got 4 T-shirts. I got this sports towel, and I got a Bullet Club rag as well. So, but the sports towel goes around my chair arm, so that way my arm could rest on something actually nice instead of plastic. Yeah.
And to preface on something else, New Japan World, if you have a chance to order it, it's $9. It's relatively cheap.
Yeah.
It used to be the WWE Network.
Yeah, $10.
In Japan, it's just New Japan.
I think this sets up. I think this right here sets up though for Forbidden Door, UE versus somebody at Forbidden Door. Watch, and it might be Unbound Company, or somebody, but. This sets up Forbidden Door all day, every day, and I like watching the Great Okan. That's just me.
You know who I think UE. Yumamura should face at Forbidden Door, and I can tell you right off the bat,
what?
Ricochet.
Oh.
Yeah, young boy versus grizzled young vet.
Yeah, that's true.
And the reason why I say this, Ospreay.
Yeah, Ospreay's the man, dude. Oh, man. Listen, we got a little word from Kenny Omega here in a second. But on the set of Street Fighter, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns said there's a rumor going around, that Roman Reigns still is the OTC in Hollywood, right? And he says, I think, Cody was a little more nervous. You know how it is. The tribal chief comes to town, and he gets a little nervous. He doesn't know what to do on set, So we got that aspect, right? We got the Roman Reigns being the tribal chief, still talking shit, even on set. He's pulling Dwayne, all right? But we got Kenny Omega sending his congratulations to Cody Rhodes.
The Street Fighter movie. I remember one of the first things I did when it was released that Cody was going to play Guile. I gave him a message and I said to him, hey, Codes. I said, I just want to say congrats.
He said, congratulations to getting this part. And if there's ever a Street Fighter 2, you know who I want to be, and let me know who I, in advance so I can get about 20 to 45 pounds of muscle. But,
Well, there's also a little more to that clip,
yeah.
when we won't worry about that. But Kenny Omega, between him and Woods, are the two that cosplay Street Fighter, and same thing with Zelina Vega. No disrespect to Zelina Vega. Those three have been integral in the resurrection of the Street Fighter franchise.
Yep.
As their live ambassadors.
Yep.
You could have easily casted, we were talking about it earlier. You could have taken David Dalmachan, and he's a great actor, put Kenny Omega as Bison. Or Kenny Omega as Vega. And what is Vega great with? His knees.
Yep.
Hitting somebody with a V trigger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Omega, listen, we could do this. We could talk about this all day, but if they do, and this came from TMZ Sports, folks,
TMZ likes to twist it up.
They do. They like to twist it up a lot. But, especially with the Epstein Island shit, it was just, that's a different story.
It's bad. I do enjoy the fact that Roman Reigns is still keeping kayfabe.
Yeah, I love that. He's looking at him like, this is my set. When you look at me, that's my camera. All right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my Street Fighter set. Yeah, I love that.
That's my wig on your head.
Yeah, that's my wig on that head. Like, what are you talking about? When we talk about this is great. This is good stuff.
Good little Bloodline SmackDown throwback.
Right there. That's good. That's good S word. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on.
That's such good shit.
That's such good S word. All right, God. R.I.P. to freaking Bray Wyatt, man, because that was on the, what was that? The Firefly Funhouse.
When he was making fun of Vince.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that you can make fun of Vince for, but back to this though. You gonna watch the video? You gonna watch the movie when it comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Raw Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Rest in peace to Raw Julia.
Yes.
Most famous line when he said to Ming Wei, when your village realized freedom, it was just another day, but for me, it was the Tuesday. If Dama-chan doesn't say that in this movie to Chung Li, I'm gonna be mad. It's got to be the one throwback to the original movie. They have to put it.
You know what they need to do? And there's a lot. Then we got 10 seconds left, and I'll make this quick. But they need to remake Mortal Kombat, the 90s version, with some of these guys.
So you're not a fan of the one that's come out recently?
Nah, it was good. It was good, but, the story's not there,
Play more into that era instead of this era.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. And listen, speaking of playing into our era, we're paying freaking I'm literally giving up my daughter to somebody so that way I can get gas in my car. I'm joking around, first off, people. All right, here, we'll be real. I'm giving up my left nut so I can go get gas in my vehicles, okay? All right, and you, WWE and TKO is like, hey, if you guys want to go to Italy and eat with Liv Morgan or somebody, I don't know who this was for, but it was for a WWE superstar, 11,500. This is a 5-minute. I've been talking already, so we're going to keep going. 5-minute spot on this. Look, this is what 11,500 gets you, okay? All right? Official Clash in Italy front row tickets, okay? Yeah. Reserved seating at welcome, appreciated, whatever, wine testing, WWE superstar, with WWE superstar appearance, okay? You get exclusive backstage experience, and then private pasta making session with WWE superstar. Okay? Reserved seating for pre-show hospitality with WWE superstar appearances, and ringside photo ops. There's more as well. All right, there's more as well. But
so let's say I want to take a flight from Texas to Italy. That's $6,000 right there.
Oh my God.
Then you got that price staring you in the face.
Hey, real
So
quick.
now you're
You go ahead. Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
and now you're spending almost 20 grand just to eat spaghetti or fettuccine or what a penne, whatever, with a WWE superstar. There should be like hotel accommodations attached to this. There should be far more than what TKO is giving you. And honestly, I don't know. I think Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro are missing the point again
Yep.
about reading the room.
Yep.
The economy right now
Is shit.
with the way global events are going on, maybe find 10 people that actually get suckered into that.
Listen. Like I said to you behind the scenes, and my boy EC, he pays for meet and greets, right? He
Yeah.
showed me how much it is. I'm not gonna tell you guys how much it was, all right? Because that's his business, all right? That's his business, all right? But when me and him talked, okay, I was like, damn, are you serious? And then I see how much they did with the Cody Rhodes thing. We ride a bus with Cody Rhodes, you get 1 hour. Hey, Tail, real quick, and everybody, we're going to do the Joe Rogan experience style. I need you to look up something real fast and then let me know, all right? Let me know how much it costs from Harrisburg, or look from D.C. to Italy. Plane ticket, round trip.
To Rome, yeah, to Rome.
To Rome. D.C. to Rome. Round trip, and let me know. All right? You got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Make it quick. I love you. But yeah, no.
The offline assistant right there.
Hey, that's what happens, folks. But look, this is what I was saying though. You get you pay for all that. Okay, you pay for WrestleMania. You pay for all that to go to WrestleMania. He's got a list that he's doing on that weekend, right? You got the WrestleMania experience and all that good jazz. Now, $11,500 US. Okay.
Price?
Yeah, price.
For one person is $1,098.
$1,098 round trip to from DC to Rome, Italy.
Hey, Tay, if you can hear me, make sure you get your dependent ID card so you can go Space A, because honestly, that's cheaper than going to
I know. You get it for free now. Yeah. Get the
I mean, it's gonna cost you, but it ain't gonna cost you that much.
No, it'll cost you your time.
And you can schedule it to go from London. You can drop it in England.
Yep.
From New Jersey, go fly over to Aviano. Cheap as hell.
Oh yeah.
Or the trains, it's still cheap as hell.
I told her we're riding trains from now on because like Pennsylvania is connected east to west, real easy on trains, and then we could go from Pittsburgh to Cleveland to Chicago. Yeah, and that's the plan. We're planning on going to G1 because it's cheaper. You know, it's so much cheaper to go see the G1. My wife and I were looking at tickets. Tickets for me and her, $300. For 2 tickets, $300+. For 1 ticket to go see WrestleMania. Right now, folks, look it up on Ticketmaster. $900 for good seats. It's still $400 to bring your binoculars.
One night. Just one night.
One night. One bloody night. That's not worth it.
If you're in the nosebleeds, it's like $460 for a combo pack, but even then,
that's the thing. You have to bring your binoculars.
It's a dot.
You're like, hey.
I mean, I was at WrestleMania 25, and I got to watch probably what was the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, and Undertaker Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But when they look like ants, they're in the ring.
That's what I told my wife. I can't do that. I can't go to these shows and do that. There it is. And,
it's not worth the cost.
It's not. It's really not worth the cost whatsoever. But, you know, we heard the bell. And listen, we're going to hear from Jesse the Body Ventura real fast. Okay. 1 second. Let me find him right here.
Trump being a Hall of Famer is a tragedy. This guy has never been in the ring.
And this is going to be a quick 3-minute one. All right. We're going to talk about this real fast. Look, Jesse the Body Ventura said Trump doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. He's right. He's not a wrestler. All right. And I love this claim. I love this. Jesse Ventura claims that the only reason why Donald Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame is that he stopped a sexual investigation against Vinnie Mac. He did say that in this interview. at the very end. But he also has gone publicly and said that Donald Trump, if you want to start a war, send your son on the front line. Don't put his ass behind no piddly ass desk. Send him on the front line and see how fast you stop this war after that. And he's damn right about that. All right. One, look, we're both veterans. I love the fact that you're in here. I think God worked out in mysterious ways on that one. We're both in here for a reason. I did 2 tours over in Iraq as an infantryman. You did 2 tours over as you were in Air Force, right? Air Force.
Yeah, I was an SP. I was Air Base Ground Defense.
Exactly. So you know how it was over there. I was up in Mosul. I was in a civil war.
I was at Buka and Balad myself.
Yeah. So you know how
or
that.
Anaconda.
Oh God, that was bad out that way.
Anaconda, everybody's favorite Army LSA, or if you're a flight line, Balad Air Base.
I've been to Balad Air Base. You guys had a pool out there Yeah. I went
They
there.
have a movie theater too.
They did. I went there just to fly back home for leave. You know, well, we were being.
But I'm gonna get a little PG-13 R-rated with what I'm about to say, and this is no disrespect to the governor. There's a few misnomers in his statement.
Yep.
Okay. Donald Trump took the second worst stunner in the history of professional wrestling at WrestleMania 23.
Yep.
And now Donald Trump was inducted in 2013 with Mick Foley, Trish Stratus, and Booker T. But do I agree with him? Donald Trump should have never been a Hall of Famer. And I don't think it really pushed anything other than Vince and him being buddies to the reason why DOJ hasn't gone into this Janelle Grant situation a little further. And with Baron Trump, if you're going to send kids of congressmen and senators and presidents downrange, they better not be at a rear D headquarters element out of the fight. Because let me tell you, there are days, and I can still remember, I live 3 miles from an artillery range at Fort Hood, Texas.
Oh, I would go nuts, dude. I couldn't do it. My PTSD on that would fuck me up, man.
And there are days that I have to find something to do to not let that trigger me.
Yep.
But here's the thing. My father was a Vietnam era vet.
That's automatic. You're good.
And the sad thing for him was he was spit on just like we were spit on.
Yep.
For just following the orders
Yep.
of the people appointed over us.
Yep.
But this ultimately is another rich man's war because somebody either wants oil
or
nuclear stuff. I mean, an 86-year-old man told his entire country, hey, I don't want nuclear weapons. And then the vice president of this country goes online and says, oh, they got nuclear suicide vests. Well, first off, you have to have something that slams against another atom for that thing to...
Yeah, kaboom!
Maybe he meant dirty bomb or bomb suicide vest using
I've
the
seen
material.
those. I've seen those. Dirty bomb. Yeah, I've seen those over in Iraq. I've seen those.
But nuclear suicide vests? Come on.
No.
I mean,
no.
That, mind you, he's the highest ranking E4 in the history of the world.
Yeah. 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 He's definitely got the best sham shield ever. All right. But no, look. Before we move on to the next slide, I will say, and I've been on record, presidents are pussies. I'll be honest with you. All right. I fought for George W. Bush's fucking war, and I should have never fought in that damn war. I do regret that. That was George W. Bush trying to appease his daddy because his daddy couldn't do it. All right.
But even his daddy, as a CIA director and as a naval aviator, actually fought in a war. Ronald Reagan fought in a war.
Yes, but
Teddy Roosevelt fought in a war.
Now there's no. You can be the commander in chief, but you can have zero experience.
And as the veteran community, you and I, and many others, you know, one of the things is if you're going to institute a draft, then what we need to institute in Congress is that the President of the United States is required to have had at least one full term in the military, whether as an officer or enlisted.
Or give me two years minimum. If I gotta do 2 years minimum, your ass does. Yeah.
South Korea does it.
Yeah. 2 years minimum. Do it.
I
That's
mean,
all.
BTS, that K-pop band,
Yep.
just got done with a 2-year stint in the Korean rock army.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Huh?
true. Yeah, that is true. Oh my God. Listen, folks. Listen to this.
I got that tattoo. I was shit-faced drunk in Scottsdale, Arizona. There was a tattoo shop across the street from the biker bar, and that's not a good place to have a tattoo shop.
Yeah, not for Brock Lesnar, because he said he woke up. He's like, what the fuck is this? And that's exactly what he said in the interview. And that came from Barstool Sports. Thank you guys over there. And we're going to give this one a 3-minute spot, too, because we've been talking for a good minute. Look, I got a drunk tattoo right here. Got it when I got home from my second deployment. I got drunk for the very last time right after my son was born, and got a tattoo. And now it's like, he says he hates it, you know? It's iconic. I've never liked that tattoo. But hey, to each his own. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the one on my back, which is a born-again Christian tattoo,
Yeah.
I got that hung over.
Nice.
I mean, the ink therapy probably felt better than the hangover itself.
That's hilarious.
With Brock, being at a tattoo shop next to a biker bar, that's actually safer than most places next to a biker bar.
Yes, you're right.
And I mean, if that was the product of something shit-faced, then, you know, it was still a badass tattoo 20 years ago when he went from WWE to UFC.
What's good, Olsen?
Now, as he's getting ready to call it a day, I mean, if he sees it as a lark, good on him. You know, I'm not going to tell anybody what they should put on their body, but
no,
I mean, back then, if that was a challenge, hey,
listen,
that's the worst place to even get a tattoo.
Yeah, I've seen. Okay, remember back on the behind the scenes, we talked about that Purvis guy. I'm not going to mention him too much, but he got a tattoo, and I was around when he got it, right? And he got it around right there, and I should have known this dude was a fucking moron at that time, but I was 17, you know, so I was still naive, you know. But he got it around that spot, and it was a skull with the Confederate flag, you know, flaming and shit on his chest. He's smaller than I am. I'm 5'6" and I weigh 130 pounds. All right. When I was in the Army, again 5'6", but I only weighed 100 pounds. Okay, I was small, very small.
You were a machine gunner.
Yes, actually, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I was a gunner. I was 100% a gunner when I was overseas. I was that because of how small I am. All you saw was my head, so I'm behind everything.
You and I would have been. I would have been your AG if we were serving together at the time.
Oh yeah, you'd be like, yeah.
I'm 6'2".
Yep.
I was 190, 6'2", 190 when I went to deploy both times. I'm now 6'2", almost 260.
Nice.
But the thing about it is, yeah, I'd have been your gunner humping whatever that 60 or that 240 Bravo.
I had my the 240, and I also shot the 249, every now and again. I can still move. I can take everything. Brock, but back to Brock. We got 10 seconds real quick. Look, I've got shit-faced drunk. I got a tattoo. One day it's going to get covered up. I'm going to get the guy to do it, though, before he passes away. And I love you, brother. You know I do. He has stage 4 liver disease. We deployed together numerous times. He's one of my best friends, and I hope one day he gets that liver transplant that he deserves.
Prayers for better health. Indeed.
But Chris Jericho on Today's Talent says that he is kind of scared for them about their longevity. You know, he's like, guys back then were able to work 35 years. Nowadays, you do a spot and, you know, what if the guy doesn't want to catch you and you break your neck, you know, or you know, something. Because he threw back a time when he was working in Mexico, and the guy was supposed to catch him, but he landed on a bolted chair. Because back then they were bolted to the, stage prop were bolted back then. And he broke his arm pretty bad. He was like, oh shit, I'm not invincible. You know, so this one's going to be 3 minutes because I just wasted 2 minutes talking about it. What do you think about what Chris Jericho just said?
So this goes back to what we were saying earlier with injuries, and this is also the world we live in now.
Yep.
We don't have house shows, so you don't build calluses, so that you don't build a bump function to where, okay, it hurts, but you already know how to take that bump into whatever Chris has been smart. Same thing with Rey Mysterio, even though Rey Mysterio now he's plus 50, has had some injuries, recently broken ribs. But if you're taking care of your body, you're doing right.
Yeah, but you're in your 50s, your body's wearing down a lot faster than you think.
Oh, yeah, that too. But
Yeah.
like you said, with Chris Jericho, I think Chris Jericho's biggest ability to reinvent himself, and especially physically at his age, because remember we all used to pick on him for that pot belly for a little while.
Hey, listen, I had a pot belly for a little while too, damn it, and then I got in shape just like him. Yeah, like I was
but the thing about it is, reinvents himself. He
does.
knows his body.
Yep.
So yes, the fact that he can still wrestle 35 years in to where maybe somebody from NXT isn't going to want to stick around that long because they take one bad boo-boo or the same thing with Ring of Honor, Explosion, all your sub shows. It's people like him that can teach the old guys how to do it safer. That's what Undertaker is saying. That's what your talent in both AEW, Dustin Rhodes.
Yes.
Dustin Rhodes is a perfect example.
Double knee surgery.
He will get on Twitter and he will tell somebody they're being a dumbass about how they operate a move.
Yep.
But in the same, he'll give them credit for the fact that they're willing to take that opportunity to try it. You know, and something I'm famous for telling my daughter when she messes up. I'll grab her hand, pick her up off the floor as far as when she falls on her butt. And the thing I tell her is, okay, what did you learn from this? The same thing with Chris Jericho teaching the younger talent.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that bump you just took?
Well, you can learn a lot from Jericho. I know we all talk doo-doo on his later part of his career, but man, think about what they could learn from this man. And there's a lot they can learn from this man. So I would listen to a guy like Chris Jericho any day of the week if he's trying to tell me how to do things, because he's just trying to make me better, right? I understand the learning tree did not have the right people. It looked like fucking Chris Jericho and the goddamn Spirit Squad and Big Bill. Yeah.
But here's the funny part about what we were just saying about the learning tree. He at least tried to get them over. Brian Keith or is it Brian Keith, right? The bounty hunter Brian Keith.
Yeah.
And Big Bill. He's trying to get younger talent over.
Yep.
The same thing with the Jericho Appreciation Society, with Pinnacle, with all the gimmicks that he's been a part of in AEW New Japan. He's been about getting younger talent over. So this would be the guy who goes, hey, how do I avoid this happening? That's that like Stampede just said, cornerstone.
All right, so this one's our 7-minute topic because we can go nuts on this one right here. Look, this lady, Brooklyn preschool director, allegedly, it's not allegedly, she actually did it. There's no new update. I've been looking into this more and more, trying to get into, get my journalistic hat on, on this one.
Yeah.
So nobody, everything I've looked up, nobody's reported anything on it. I know there's a court date being scheduled, and with something like this, and we all heard what the what was his name? The Secretary of War. What's his name?
Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, you heard what he said. We don't investigate anything under $1 million in fraud. All right.
Oh no, that was JD Vance. That was
Vance. I thought it was the Secretary. That was Vance?
That was the VP. That was the VP.
Wow! I thought that was the Secretary of War. Yeah, okay, we don't say Vance, Vice President Vance was like, hey, we're not gonna do this. So yes, I have rage quit Pokemon before.
We've all rage quit something on a video game.
Look, be honest, have you ever rage quit Pokemon game? Yes, I have. Yeah, have you ever played?
I don't play Pokemon, but I played plenty of Madden and just
I've rage quit a bunch
exited from the game when I was getting my butt whooped.
Oh, get my ass stomped. Yeah, no, it's called Pokemon Stadium N64, and your friends are freaking pissing you off back in the day. Yeah. Your buddy already knows the cheat codes and the best damn Pokemon to use. Yeah, that's why I quit. Every time.
Or when you're in the finish line at Mario Kart.
Oh my God, my wife is perfect for that. But okay, we're getting sidetracked. Thanks for that comment, by the way, Radical Skin. All right. But look, she allegedly stole, and it didn't. She stole $2.75 million in tuition from kids who could get get the money and stuff, and then spent it on the $350,000 towards WWE tickets. Look, she didn't care about TKO prices. She said TKO prices. What? I know a way to get around that. I'm gonna make these morons. Yeah, the parents that believed her are dumb. Okay, I'm sorry. You got scammed. You know how dumb that is. All right. We everybody talks about how dumb sending money to Prince Nabby Dabby over in Africa is. All right, and helping his family out.
You know that email still hits my spam box every day.
I can't believe that damn thing's still going. That's as bad as like someone saying LimeWire. I still downloaded from LimeWire. Like what? What?
Wait, LimeWire? Hell, I was a Napster kid.
I was a Napster. Yeah, what was the bear? I can't remember the bear's name, but that was the one I remember.
Oh, I know which one you were talking about.
Yeah, I was the bear one. But look, what do you think about this whole situation? You know, fraud is heavy in America right now.
So, this kind of goes back, and this is going to kind of evolve out of wrestling. Back when COVID hit, we had a whole bunch of PPP stuff.
Yep.
And you had representatives in the United States House here in Texas take $5 million for his car dealership, which he was making millions over millions. Oh, hey, my car price is going to rise. My business is going to... Bullshit. GM's going to hook you up. Same thing with this lady. You know, if I remember reading the story right, she was taking these kids to these meet and greets.
Yep.
Using this money. That was her excuse. Who benefited in all this? Nobody.
Yep.
Nobody.
Well,
even the kids. Once these kids found out that she stole from their parents, and yes, the fact that somebody wasn't fast enough on the quick to find out she was doing this, nobody benefited.
Only person that benefited was her, and I mean she's in jail now.
And I hope she enjoys Rikers.
Do you know the maximum sentence for this though? Because she is in the.
I think it's a 20. It's a 15 to 20 year.
15 to 25 year sentence because it's in the millions and the fraud. And if they make an example out of her, which there's rumors out there. Look, I don't just watch wrestling news, folks. I watch outside news as well. And when you're looking at something like this, and I got a political science degree as well from Northwestern University. You can look that shit up. So, when you look at this, okay, when you got a fraud case like this, and you got fraud case going on in Minnesota the way it is, and you were talking about Texas, you got California, you got Mississippi, you know, the whole Ted DiBiase family situation out there. You got some stuff going down in Florida. You got stuff in Atlanta. You got, I mean, Georgia itself. So, there's fraud everywhere going on in America, but it's going into these daycares right now. And that's where nobody was looking, was at these daycares, and that's where the millions of the frauds were coming from. And it, you know, when people started looking at Minnesota and the whole Somalian thing, and then now Brooklyn is now being looked at. You know how many open cases now are on around the country?
There's at least over 100 billion from what I understood the other day, especially what happened with Meta and Google the other day.
Oh my God!
Lawsuit.
Yeah,
there was one that got $3 million.
Yep.
But what a lot of people didn't understand, there's also school districts, other families trying to sue those individuals.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, and this is not the shit on those families, is I was able. You see there in my name everything in the book. Once Facebook started becoming false advertisement, false information,
I got off
disinformation, I got off it. I mean, granted, we're on Twitter, but you know, we don't necessarily live on Twitter.
No.
We pay attention to it for the wrestling news. We talk about the wrestling news or sports here, as we've done many times. But with this woman, what she did was aggravated grand larceny.
Oh God.
Aggravated grand larceny.
And then lying to an FBI investigator.
Exactly.
All right, so you got that on top of that,
you deserve what you got.
You deserve, you deserve, oh my God, Leavenworth. You deserve loss. You deserve loss in the woods. All right, because
put her in the Supermax in Colorado.
Nah, put her in Leavenworth. Those dudes will have those females in Leavenworth. There's some mean women out there in Leavenworth.
Florence, Colorado.
Oh no, I know which one you're
Supermax in
talking
Florence,
about.
Colorado.
Yeah, that's where El Chapo's at.
A lot of bad characters are
Oh
out
yeah.
there. But here's the thing: it's a female male Supermax.
Yep.
98% of it is underground.
Yeah.
Like the only thing you see driving by is surface stuff. She'd be perfect for go sitting 23 hours in a dark cell.
Yep.
In 1 hour wreck for the your life if you be on.
Screw that, nah, dude. Cause you really fucked with kids, and you know how I am. Yeah. I don't mess with kids. Kids are the future. I'm all about becoming
if anybody knows how to be somebody who has dealt with that, that's me. Yeah. But we won't get into that.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean on that one. And listen, this is that time of the show that we got rapid fire. This is 5 minutes. We got on the clock, and the 5 minutes starts meow. Yeah, that's right. I said meow. Thunder Rosa once said from NoDQ.com. Once said, WWE offered her a $60,000 per year contract to be a referee. In my opinion, this is a slap in the face to Thunder Rosa, who is a phenomenal competitor in that ring. What do you think?
So, the fact that this is the third time in about 6 years that we've heard this statement, it doesn't need to be repeated because, like you just said, it's an insult to the woman who was, if I remember correctly, the first AEW world champion, women's world champion.
No. That was
or was it Britt?
No, it wasn't Britt. God, it was she was a Japanese wrestler. Damn it, Nick.
Oh, Sheeta.
I
think it was Sheeta, then Britt, then her. But the fact is, she is a cornerstone of AEW. She is the godmother of Mission Pro Wrestling. This woman should be honored with at least a position on your roster instead of sitting there with the stripes on.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I get that. Yeah, it's a major slap in the face. She would definitely make the women's roster a hell of a lot better even better than what it is now. Hey, look, R.I.P. to Daniel Moody, the last surviving member of his immediate Moody family. His father, Paul Bearer, we all know him, died in 2013. His mother, Diana, died in 2009. His brother died a year later after his dad in 2014 at the age of 34. But Daniel himself was 39 when he passed away. Rest easy, brother. That's all that was for me. Yeah.
You know, the Palace of Pringle is no more.
Yeah.
Percival Pringle III and his sons Michael and Daniel. I mean, if you get a chance to watch WCCW,
yes, do it
and watch it for Percival Pringle III.
Hey, look, Paul Heyman came out and said on Muscle Man, Malcolm, I put his stuff out there. You guys can go follow him on his podcast. He says, hey, you think WWE should sign? It was Riho, Nala, Rose, Hiroki Sita, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and then Thunder Rosa. From what Stampede just said right here. But back to what I was saying. So, he says, yes, I think WWE should sign. They'd be remiss if WWE didn't sign Zilla Fatu the first opportunity that they got. Do you think Zilla should sign with WWE?
Zilla should sign wherever the hell he wants at this point. As long as his maturity is up to snuff, because I know that's what a lot of people on the internet are saying is his only.
I think he was on probation.
Quality.
I think he's on probation. Yeah. That's it. But it's all good. He's not on probation for anything bad.
His father, Umaga,
was
one of the best of a generation.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I could say he was probably better than Roman. He just didn't get the decent enough push like Roman.
Yep.
But Zilla,
this kid's
whether
bad.
It's TNA, WWE, AEW, New Japan,
he's already been on AEW, hasn't he? No, he was on TNA. He was on TNA already.
TNA.
Yeah, he was on TNA.
Fourth rope champion, I believe.
Yep. Yeah.
So, sign him. Get him off the market.
Yeah.
He will make you money. He's the next Roman Reigns. Be honest with you.
Yeah, he is.
And who is saying that? The wise man.
Yeah.
The oracle. The advocate.
And that's what they said last night on Point Taken 3 o'clock, folks. My bad. I keep forgetting to put that stuff up. That's the whole damn mess that you guys are going to see. But tomorrow, Saturday, that's on Wednesdays. That's the next show that's coming up. But that's what they said, on Point Taken is that Paul Heyman's saying that so that way they do it. You know? Hey, look.
And I agree with Stampede.
Yeah, I do too. Big E has come out and said if Roman Reigns cannot beat CM Punk by himself at WrestleMania, we should start thinking about questioning his legacy. Should we start questioning his legacy? We got 45 seconds on this.
So before I had a chance to pay attention to this, I was thinking about this today. We're all thinking Cody's going to have a double turn with Orton. No, I think it's Punk beats Roman.
Because of Jey Uso.
Roman chases Punk, and the bloodline this time over is now the babyface is trying to restore order and honor into WWE. So probably, but questioning him, yeah.
Yeah, no, I would question if he loses this one, if he even wins it with the help of his peoples. But, that's how that rolls. Mm-hmm. And before we get, and we're going to try better next time. There's the bell. But all games are doing this, folks. 2K was, and I'm going to just do this real fast. Mm-hmm. We're going to go over, we're going to talk about this real fast. We are out of time. Sorry about that. We will try better next time. But WWE 2K is not the only game that does this. Every game is doing this. I don't care what you guys are saying. I understand. It's called micro money. All right, that's what they're doing. Microtransactions. Madden does it. 2K NBA does it. WWE does it. Apex Legend does it. GTA does it. Every fucking game does it. So either get with the times or shut the fuck up. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I mean, with this real quick, and we'll shut this down after what I say. The fact that a ringside pass, and I play this game.
Yeah.
Okay. And I grinded half of that pass to buy the whole pass at the same price you're paying for
a game,
a deluxe pack on my faction. Yeah, no.
Nope.
DLCs, unless DLCs are loaded.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like you can look at everybody who does this. That I like the season pass stuff. Right?
It was great.
It was working. It was working.
Yeah.
All right, you get there's small shit that they wanted to give you.
If the ringside pass seasons from here on out have talent that wasn't originally announced when the roster and when the DLC, then yes, okay, it's a benefit. But having to hustle to unlock them, unless you really want to cheat and go pay that $108 to unlock all of that each.
See, and that's what I miss. I miss the days where I had to hustle the game. I had to play the game and unlock, everything like that. I would play the story, unlock X, Y, and Z. That was fun.
Like you said, the microtransactions, those add up.
They do. They add up.
That's 6 seasons of this?
Yeah.
So that's $600. Plus, if you play my faction, you really want all those packs?
Oh, my God.
That's countless amounts of dollars. So, and like we were saying with the economy, not everybody has that kind of money.
We did a stream yesterday. We're live every, Sunday, 7 o'clock right here. Good Evening IWC. You'll see myself, Mob Miz. Mob, he's out right now.
On assignment.
He's on a different thing. We got our boy from the Cheap Seats, Chris, in here filling in. And then every Wednesday, we got the whole damn mess. Every Thursday's the Run In Wrestling Podcast. And every Saturday, it's probably everybody's favorite TV show right now, Point Taken. That shows the shit.
Oh, yes. Indeed.
And then next week, folks, when Mob comes back, we're introducing a top 5 on this. So if you're on X, tag us. A top 5 wrestling moves of the week. So if you see a move that you think needs to be on this show as a top 5, let us know so the DDDs can show off what you guys think. And listen, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been one hell of a show. Chris, thank you for being here. This is amazing. Love having you in here.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me pontificate.
Oh, no, man.
Poetic.
Let everyone know where they can find you real fast.
On X, Twitch, Discord, Blue Sky. Yes, Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And Instagram. It's the same handle down there as you see. I'm just not on the Facebook because they require too much.
They require way too much. You're right. Yeah.
Other than that, you can catch me on Point Taken. I'm pretty sure this face was seeing a lot more along Spedrock Productions, but It's
Yeah.
always a pleasure to get to talk to the head honcho himself.
Yeah, the head honcho is TC. Now, hey, listen, if you guys see that QR code over there, please scan that. That heads over to the Mike and Ant YouTube page. They're trying to push for more subscribers. It's free to subscribe, so scan it, boom, head over there. Join us Wednesday right here with me and TC as we do the whole damn mess. It's going to be a fun time. The Messy Mess this week is hilarious. Don't miss that. And then Thursday, we got the Run In Wrestling Podcast. EC, myself, Big Mike. We end your wrestling week the right way. Saturday, we have a special guest coming up.
Ooh.
All right?
I'm going to enjoy this one.
Saturday, we have a special guest who's going to body slam Stampede, Mob, and Carlos all the way to the smoke session. At the end of the day, I wonder if they want the smoke. You guys tune in. Come Saturday, we have a real reporter coming up in this bitch for point taking, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, right up in here. And then again, next week, you will be here with Mob Miz and myself, and we're apparently clowns. Have a good day on that one.
And here's another thing. The hint is what he said.
Oh yeah, the hint.
He's going to be facing him.
Yeah, the hint's in the name. I just put it out there for that reason. Take it easy, folks. Follow us right there, 508 Mob Squad, Spedrock 4. Be easy.
That's a wrap, folks. Follow and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Hey, Pepe, turn on something from Spedrock Productions.